Well, I was, proud of our guys. I think came into a tough place to play, and I thought Arkansas played very, very good defense, which is certainly evident of the shooting percentage that we shot. I thought we played pretty good defense in the first half as well. Irving Walker made some big shots. We got off to I thought a good start in the second half, which was a positive, and built an 8-point lead, and they made some plays, and Clark got it going there late in the second half, and we did a better job defending him, I thought, coming down the stretch. And our front court had a hard time scoring, but they did a really, really good job rebounding, and some offensive rebounds by Vernon Macklin, Chandler Parsons, some of those things really helped our team. But it was a great win for our guys on the road in this league, which is so difficult. And I think Arkansas have been playing very, very good basketball and still playing good. We were fortunate to come in and win. Questions?
Billy, what did it mean just to have that kind of an effort on the boards after you guys have been struggling really in SEC play with that kind of rebound?
Yeah, I don't know. I think our guys, the biggest difference and the reason we had such a large rebounding margin, again, is we had 17 offensive rebounds. If we don't have 17 offensive rebounds, maybe the rebounding margin's a little bit different. The big key for us is we, as you mentioned, kept them off the glass. But they shot too high a percentage in the second half against us. I thought, we didn't press a whole lot, and part of the reason was I thought we really needed to try to play good, solid defense in the half court. And I also was worried about the fatigue issue, with Point and Walker. Both those guys having to guard Fortson and Clark and chasing them around and open the floor up. It was just, and I think our defense probably waned a little bit in the second half, probably through fatigue a little bit. But I think our guys made a great effort getting to the glass. I thought we drove the ball inside. Our front court missed a lot of easy baskets. We had some opportunities that we just missed. I think we had 2 missed dunks in the first half on offensive rebounds. But I don't know what necessarily the reason was. I just thought our guys made a great effort on the offense and the defensive glass.
Billy, they were up 56-55. You guys went on a 9-0 run, and you scored on a bunch of possessions in a row. Just talk about kind of taking over at the end of the game there.
Well, I thought one of the things, it was kind of maybe a miscommunication on their part. I think there was a pass that ended up going over a guy's head underneath out of bounds play. We kind of got a run-out dunk, which was probably one of the few easy baskets we got in the game. And then I thought Irving Walker, made some key jump shots. Tyus made a key jump shot. Macklin had an offensive rebound for a putback dunk. There were some good things that happened for us in a short stretch. Like in the second half, we didn't shoot a good percentage, but as you mentioned, when we were up by 1, there was a segment there where we probably put 4 or 5 possessions together where we made some shots, which enabled us to take the lead.
Really, what do you think has been different about Irving in January, just this stretch, since that SEC play?
I just think that, sometimes, that there's not enough understanding maybe that the guy has played his first year at the point guard position in college. And even though he played last year, he was a 2-guard, and he's in a totally different role in a different situation. I don't think there's anything Irving's doing any different. I think he's learning and he's getting better. And I think through playing games, I think Irving's the type of kid that's a competitor. He works hard, he wants to be a good player, he wants to help our team. But I do think there's been some things, shot selection-wise, things he's learned, over 15 or 16 games. And, hopefully he can continue to play that way for us. He really made some big shots in some key situations. He bailed us out a few times because we were close on, I think, 2 shot clock violations, and he knocked down 2 threes, which were big. One was early in the second half, and then one was pretty late in the second half. So, that was definitely helpful for us. But I just think there's probably got to be a little bit of the fact that he's learning and getting better.
Yeah, it's a career at 27 for him. Just what about his game overall, Walker?
Well, Irving's one of those guys that can really, really make deep shots. Probably at a young age, he probably learned. He can't take it in amongst a lot of the taller guys, so he learned to shoot it from behind the line. And you have to come all the way out there and guard him because of his range. And what it's doing for him is he's opening up some driving opportunities. Now, the problem with that was earlier in the year is he was really making a lot of bad decisions and bad choices. And his shooting percentage was way down because he was taking a lot of off-balance runners. I think right now he's kind of stopping and going. He's being a little more shifty. He's taking little pull-up mid-range jumpers, little floaters instead of trying to get all the way to the rim. but certainly he made some key shots in the game for us.
Billy, what was your key on Rodney Clark defensively tonight?
Well, you know, I think, you know, I think I've been fortunate enough to be around some phenomenal shooters, and I would say he's as good as I've seen, and especially on the move. You know, it's a lot easier of a shot when you catch spot-up jump shots. But, you know, I think John runs great stuff to free him up. But I've never seen a guy come flying off screens like that, and as his back's to the basket, be able to turn square and shoot the ball like he does. I mean, it's incredible. He does it every game. I think he's one of 3 players in the country that's making over 3 threes a game. He's shooting over 40%. But I think what we realized is that we had to do a great job trying to guard him. I thought the first half we did a really good job, and then we lost him a couple times when they took the lead on some baseline screening action. And then I thought our guys later in the game, we did a really good job of jumping way out on screens and really trying to show on him to take him away. But he works hard off the ball. He cuts hard. He runs hard. I got a lot of respect for his game and the way he plays.
Two more questions.
They didn't have any fast break points tonight. I mean, how much of that is a factor of, I guess, your offensive rebounding, sort of not turning the ball over?
I think that probably the 2 biggest things is, you know, when you get a chance to get to the backboard, usually it results in a score or a foul. That really helped. And then I think the one thing that we just tried to do in the game was we pressed on and off periodically. We probably pressed about as few possessions as we've had all year, just because I have respect for Fortson and Clark, that, you know, when the floor opens up for Fortson, it's just, you know, he gets in the lane, he does crafty things, and then it opens up the perimeter and he can create. And I just thought that we needed to kind of at least shrink the floor a little bit, and probably a result of us not turning over, as you mentioned, on the road, and the offensive rebounding maybe limited some fast break points for them.
Last question.
If somebody told you before the game you shoot 35%, but you thought you had much shot to win, or?
I would say we got to play really, really good defense. You know, you know, they're a good offensive team. You know, because I think they have 4 players that are offensive weapons. You know, you can throw the ball inside to Washington, and he can score from there, and he also makes threes. You know, Marshawn Powell, to me, is one of the best freshmen in the league. I think he's a terrific player. You know, Fortson, obviously the year he had, and now coming back is probably getting the flow of things. But, I mean, you talk about a guy that's, you know, played against Mississippi State, Texas, Alabama, and in 3 games he's averaging 17 against SEC and the 2 second-ranked teams in the country. I mean, he's a heck of an offensive weapon. And then Clark is as good as any shooter, so they're a very hard team to guard. And, you know, I thought that our shooting percentage was so low because of our front court. I think at one point our front court was 1 for 16 from the field in the game. And I thought we had some pretty good offensive rebounds and some looks. We just didn't finish at all. So the one thing that did happen, though, was our guard shot the ball reasonably well, and we were able to get to the free throw line. And we did a reasonably pretty good job on defense, you know, on the road.
Thank you.
Thank you.